and all, and welcome back. We are live. Screw it, we'll do it live, as the great Alex Jones once said. Hello, welcome all back to War Games News Radio. It's Wednesday, it's 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We're doing some painting. We are painting up Swan from Fallout Wasteland Warfare. We are on stream 5 or 6. Now we are getting near the end. It has been a heck of a journey on this guy so far, and today is when like the real work starts. We are going to be painting some freaking feathers. Oh, it's feather day. We could only have fun with, you know, the metals and the sponging and the other stuff for so long until we had to tackle the feathers. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Thank you all for tuning in today. We are going to get painting here for around about an hour. See how far we get until I drive myself crazy painting feathers over and over and over. But again, more on that in a moment. Who do we got in the chat here today? Let me know what you're working on. If you're painting something up, if you're just coming in to hang out and have some background ambiance to whatever it is you're doing in your day, welcome and thanks for chilling. We got Chip Parker in the gang here today. We got Mads Destruction, eScore P, Leon Jones, Sam Sandell. We got the whole gang. The gang's all here. We're ready to do some rocking and some rolling, and we got Yuri in the chat too. Justin's hanging out from old Moose Internet Town at the moment. So we got a good old gang. Let me know what you're working on. We're gonna get some tunes going here, and we're going to get painting. Let's get the painting jams going as we get rolling. It's not going to be anything too crazy today, gang. We're just going to be painting these feathers. We might break it up a little bit at some point and tackle. We're gonna have to do this tire here. Oh, there we go. Now I'm on camera. Gonna do this tire up here as well. So that's gonna need some doing. So that'll help to break up the the monotony of white. But it's what it is. What it is. We're gonna get cranking away here with mummy robes from the army painter. I did a couple test feathers today, as you can see here, just to kind of get an idea of what we were working on. Started on the back here to see if I actually liked this idea. I had a couple whites to maybe go for. I was even thinking like, oh, what if I masked off all of the model and busted out the airbrush? But it all just seemed like too much effort to just take a brush and paint. So that's where we're at. We're just gonna get going. We're gonna water it down considerably to kind of let a little bit of our shading from our dry brush show through, just a little bit. I mean, it's a pretty opaque paint, so we'd have to water it down considerably, and then it's just gonna take 1,000 coats to get rolling. So meh. We're just gonna go and see how it looks. I have a good feeling about it. Part of me was tempted just to leave it with this kind of dry brushed look, but I think this bright white, and maybe when we get to like the final stage, maybe do like an oil wash, maybe. That could be fun to grunge it up a bit, but like I said, we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. Today, we're just gonna get rocking on the whites. Give this a ridiculous, vigorous shaking. Because white is tough to deal with. The, I mean, not as tough as everyone's dreaded, at least my dreaded, white scar. Just take a look at this nasty boy. Oh. Yeah, it's like rock solid. I've used this paint maybe like twice since I bought it about a year ago. Believe the hype. It's bad. It's just bad. But mummy robes I like. I'm very excited to try out the Army Painter's new line of paints. I've been hearing pretty good things. The gents at my local hobby shop, we were having a chinwag about them the other day. And yeah, very, very curious. But let's see what y'all are working on here today. We got, oh, what do we got in the chat here? Sam Sandell says he's got a box. We've got a box, display box that I'm painting up for an AOS tournament. Ooh, that's exciting. Doing a Skelly diorama with a purple sky background. Taking some time, I imagine it would. Then it's on to more models. Ooh, for Winter of Adam. Very fun. Yes, that... the module is very cool. We've yet to fully run it on the channel, but we've taken some rules from it that we used in Home on the Rage, our little mini series there, and have incorporated now through into season 2. And yeah, a lot of fun. That book is just bonkers. I mean, no cheating, but if you read ahead, if you're running the book, then yeah, I'm sure you've seen just how insane things get in the final countdown. But very cool on the AOS stuff. I love the models, but I've never got into the game or the lore, really. So it's kind of lost on me, but I do love what I see coming out of that range. The fantasy stuff is just super cool. Here we go, gang. It's feather time. I'm hoping I can get away with... Oh, yeah, there we go. So you say, I hope I can get away with using this larger brush rather than the finer sort of layer brush, because yeah, I think that's gonna work just fine. Getting the right consistency with this white can be a little tricky. Too thin, it's watery, runs everywhere. Too thick, it's globby. It gives you a texture you don't want. So it takes a lot of just sort of trial and error on the palette, but that looks nice there. Play with that. Oh, what else we got here? Oh, Leon Jones says, "Good to be back. Good to have you back, Leon." Well, it's been a bit of a minute, hasn't it? Good to see you. What is my opinion on must-take rules? Oh, such as the courier being equipped with the companion perk being mandatory. Your group plays pretty hardcore on the rules. Yeah, it's a great question. As war games go, right? If seeing Fallout Wasteland Warfare sort of evolve into what it is now, as this, quote unquote adventure war game, sort of billing that Modiphius is at different times tried to sort of pen this in as, so different, right? Compared to like a Warhammer or Legion or Crisis Protocol, where there are pretty hard and fast rules, especially when it comes down to like tournament play, things like that. Being such a unique sort of system in that the way it's billed, at least now, it Fallout Wasteland Warfare as the rules you like use, the ones you don't, right? Tweak, adapt, that sort of thing. It's interesting because you've got sort of an interesting freedom, which I think is really cool, and fits in with the Fallout sort of world where it's open world, you can kind of do what you want, sort of thing. But on the other hand, it does lead to questions just like this, where it's group specific perhaps, which a lot of times things in war games are, right? Like some people when they're playing. If they're playing 40k, they'll say, oh, don't like the command reroll stratagem, so they're not going to use that, right? So, I mean, there's elements of that, I guess, in smaller communities. But yeah, it is interesting that in Wasteland Warfare you have that dynamic. So a long-winded way to get to the point of saying, I enjoy personally having that flexibility to... if there is something that doesn't jive with or, doesn't make sense, like battle cry rules, for example, I'm not a fan of. There's an interesting sort of split there. So I'm a fan of that, especially, being able to do creative stuff. Like, fudging rules like I've done on battle reports just to make for a more interesting battle, right? Taking units that don't normally go together in battle mode or that sort of thing. So I think from casual play, I would say that there are no must-take rules, I guess, is my long-winded way to get to that. So I think I would... it sounds like I would be on the disagreement side of your group in that stage. But again, I think that comes down to what you're doing, right? If, you've got like a mini sort of like Crusade League kind of thing going on right? Where you're, getting together and just like, building your force and just having a good time throwing dice, then I would say there are no must-take rules. And just yeet that right out the window. But if you're doing something more like, like a tournament, or even if your casual gaming group is more competitive, I would say as long as everybody agrees on what's rules, are being played and what counts as rules as written, that sort of thing, then I think that's fine. I will say that I think, the appeal of the game in that regard, the sort of more open worldy, do what you want kind of thing, I think it's a double-edged sword too. What with battle mode being just so woefully undersupported, but now with Fallout Factions coming out, this new sort of, far more traditional war game, here are the rules, here's how you play, with much less gray area to screw around in. I think there will be sort of a natural transition for the more competitive crowd to move over to factions, probably. But that said, if at launch, which there will not be, but if there were, even just PDF rules for existing factions that exist in Wasteland Warfare, boom, problem solved. Battle mode crowd is happy. All of the models that they use now they've got rules, they've got a competitive rule system that they can use. Yeah, sure, maybe it's not the one that they signed up for, but it's what they got. I think that's the move. I can see that they're probably doing this more of like a test, right? Oh, let's start with the Raiders, and if it does well, we'll dump more development time into it. I think that's the wrong way to go. I think you come out strong, popping with like everybody's got it like an index, right? And then you can do more, full-fledged stuff down the road. Ooh, I think it's what needs to happen. But I'm not the one in charge. So, must-take rules, they don't really exist. I would be interested to see what your group would take on my thing there. But like I said, as long as everybody's having a good time and knows what's up, I think it's fine. Oh, howdy, Zach Posey. I didn't see you mosey in, Mr. Posey. Welcome. iScore P says, taking a break from painting for a few days, got all the bases done for the MCP core box. Man, you've just been slugging through that thing, hey? Your dedication is commendable. I myself am slogging through some towel models for an upcoming fun thing for the channel, because myself and Justin are going to play ourselves some Combat Patrol. But I have been lagging. I've made some progress, but I've also been dealing with, in a past life, I injured my back as a UPS driver, and I've been dealing with a sciatica flare-up from when I injured myself on said job this last week, which has made painting quite difficult, but only able to do like short bursts. But today's doing okay. Good. Mads Destruction says, welcome back from your spoopy quick trip to France. Yes, indeed. Enjoyed it immensely. That was a ton of fun. If anyone hasn't watched our little spoopy Halloween special that we did not last Sunday, but the Sunday before, it was a rockin' good time. We played the Achtung Cthulhu game system for the first time by our lovely friends at Modifius. And it was just a riot. It was everything that was advertised. The boys did some paratrooping into Nazi-occupied France and punched some demons and punched some Nazis. It was a grand old time. But yes, thank you for tuning in. That was we had a ton of fun. We are definitely going to be doing more Acton Cthulhu as soon as possible, because it was just such a rocking good time. On that, this Sunday, unfortunately, we're going to do something for what is normally the Fistful of Neutrons live show slot. We're going to do something. We don't know what, because Raj is unfortunately unwell. He ended up in the hospital on, I guess, Tuesday morning, Monday evening, I guess. Yes, needing emergency surgery. So he's okay now. I mean, he's still in the hospital. He is recovering. But yeah, he had a. I'll let him share all the gory details when he's returning. But diverticulitis. So Google it at your leisure, should you want to. You definitely don't have to. In fact, you definitely don't. It may be better if you don't. But all that to say, he's doing okay, which is good. He's got the fam around him, so all's good there. They gave him a morphine drip, so Buddy's just living his best life right now. Minus losing part of his intestine. But anyway, he will be back after these messages. But all that to say, we can't really have a penultimate season rounding out episode without the main character, or one of the main characters at least. I mean, this has kind of become Johnny's season a little bit. But we're going to do something. Not sure what yet. Maybe we'll end up doing a little more Acton Cthulhu, which is the segue there. Maybe a mini-sode. We're putting our brain power to it and trying to figure out, find a temporary spot filler for our man, Mr. Raj. So stay tuned on that. Follow in the Discord for all those fun things. But yeah. Anyway, so there you go. All that to say, check your go to your doctors, folks. Yeah, it's been a hell of a couple of weeks between I ended up at the emergency dental clinic with an infection in my face. So that's fun. Raj ended up in hospital. Justin's been having a minute. It's been a good time. We're all fine. This is fine. But it's been a hell of a couple of weeks, so it's a thing. Thank you, Matt's Destruction. All the best to Raj and his family. He's doing all right. We were chatting with him today. But yeah, it was a little spooky to wake up to that text for sure, but there you go. Just goes to show, if you think something's wrong, go to the hospital, folks. Don't be afraid of the doctor. Well, you know what? This is actually looking pretty good. I am a fan of this so far. I'm just going to change. There we go. Ooh, now I can see. Doing the live stream painting, I should just paint like this when I'm actually painting, because it gives me another view here that I can check around. Enhance. Zoom. Enhance. Oh, Craspoo, afraid of U.S. medical bills. Right. Sorry. My bad. Come on up here. We'll get you taken care of. Gotta love that socialized medicine, baby. Also, hello. Thank you for tuning in, Grassfood. Good to see ya. Oh, think you missed the last Swan painting. Yes, you might have missed the last. I believe we did was it his trousers, the last one we did? Or maybe it was the legs. Or maybe we all did that all together. I can't recall. But yeah, we did sort of his lower quadrant. if you will. And now we're on to feathers, which is going surprisingly faster than I expected. The underpainting, the dry brush, has really helped with sort of the opacity of this white. I'm like I'm hard pressed to say, you know, I kind of did 1.5 coats down here and sort of 2 over here, and it's looking pretty good. Especially because, like I say, I think we are. It's gonna be too bright white once it's all done, so we're definitely gonna have to grunge it up. And I think oil wash might be the best way to do that. That way we can just slather it all over this big bastard. Wipe it off with some mineral spirits. I mean, in the game, he comes out of the swamp, right? Pond. One man's pond is another man's swamp. Holy, I think I just realized something. Swan is the Shrek of the Fallout universe. Tell me I'm wrong. Doesn't have a sidekick. Unless you count the Swan. Lives in a swamp. He's green. He's very angry. Math checks out. No refunds. Crasmoo says, tackling some T-51 armor. Ooh, nice. Oh, this weekend. Finish off his set. Oh, I'd be interested to see, or hear, both in fact, what you have done as far as paint schemes go. I've tried a couple different sort of takes on sort of the classic T-51, the sort of the gold / bronze torso type look, but I've seen some really great jobs of that paint job. I haven't found my recipe for that. Ooh, one winterized. Nice. Oh, that's one I've not been bold enough to take a crack at. I could see yeah, like some sponging maybe to kind of do like some camo-y patterns, but yeah, that'd be a fun one. Challenging too, I imagine, to do like white but not white at the same time. Green version next. Very nice. Ooh, Chip says, ooh. Oh, we have had Legion hit the field often, and for the first time had a character fill the critical box with a thermic lance. Ooh, what does the extra blue dye do? Can't find info about it. Great question, Chip. That is a typo. That got missed. The weapon, I believe, if I remember my history, for those who are doomed to repeat it, in playtesting, it had like a star would do like an extra point of damage, I think, or an extra bypass of armor. So unfortunately, it does nothing. It's just an added little oopsie. It's an added little oopsie. Great question. I don't even know if that's been, well, of course it hasn't. There hasn't been a full-on errata in a long time. So you are not, you cannot be blamed for not knowing what in the heck's going on with that weapon, because it was unintentionally made very confusing. Which is too bad. But yeah, great weapon. It is a power armor popper. Ooh, come on. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, big. Finally some new stuff. Battle report wise is going to be coming down the line. The lovely folks at Modifius are, as of this week, will be sending over some test models. Well, not test models, I should say. Some promo models of the Nuka World stuff, which is super great because I've not been able to get my hands on it over here, which is awesome. So we're going to have some Raiders, some Raider on Raider action coming your way very soon, which is like my favorite thing. So super stoked on that. We're also going to be getting, myself and Justin are going to get some games in for the channel because it's been a hot minute. Got a bunch of stuff on the go, which will be super fun. Some Crisis Protocol. Be good. A little bit of Combat Patrol, a little bit of Wasteland Warfare. We're getting back in the swing, baby. It's very exciting times. Ooh, Skyrim 2. Yes. The oft forgot about other game we cover. But yes. It's the one we do the least of as far as regular content, but I have probably the more fun filming and editing and just for whatever reason the whole process is just so much more fun and easy when it's for Call to Arms stuff. But the issue now is I've got some ideas that were a little too big for my britches. Started a couple terrain projects to go with some battle reports that did not work out well. So, all that to say, one of them did work out, which is very exciting. So it's going to be vampire hunting time in Tamriel. So I'm very excited about that. Sam Sendell says, love the battle reports. Me too. I love them as well. They're, kind of, if I don't know. I mean, I enjoy what we do here, obviously, but like if I had my way, we'd have way more. It's just the turnaround time is just so rough, and unfortunately, over the last couple months, I've actually filmed and lost for the first time ever in several years of doing this channel, filmed and then lost it in all the footage of an entire battle. And then it happened again. Sigh. But that is life as a part-time YouTuber. So I'm hoping to crank out a whole bunch more here before the end of the year. It's a lofty goal, but I want to do it. If at the very least can get one MCP game in, then I won't have made a liar out of myself in our New Year's video where I said we would have an MCP game on the channel. So if I can hit that, we'll have hit, I think, all the milestones that we'd hoped for the year. Won't have put out as many battle reports as I wanted to, but such is life. And thank you all for enjoying said content and for just coming here and hanging out and, doing all this stuff, because it's really great. It beats the hell out of my day job. Which is still pretty okay. But thank you all. It's why we're here. For you. Back up your backup. Yep. I'm honestly surprised it took this long for something like that to happen. No stranger to having media issues in said day job and day jobs past, but yeah. Was kind of shocked. But then to have it happen again, like, no joke, 48 hours later, was, I guess, karma. If you believe in that sort of thing. Or pilot error. Take your pick. These are coming along quite nicely. Should probably do the edges here. Little edge highlighting never hurt anybody. Oh, except for my back. Jesus. A little bit of extra zing on some of those edges there. Oh yeah. Lovely. Yeah, we'll give that sort of a rough edge slash sort of tip highlight on these here, just to kind of bring in some of that shape from just being straight white. Yeah, a little extra something something. Might help too once with the wash, once we get to that stage, which we'll save until, you know, he's donezo pretty much. Hit the whole thing. One fell swoop, as they say. Oh, tend to play Total War Warhammer 3 when you paint. Soundtrack or like have the game footage going on in the background, which is also good. I do enjoy a good battle report in the background whilst painting. Or podcasts too, can't go wrong. Or audiobooks, just about to finish Dark Imperium? Is that the one? The Indomitus Crusade book. It's Ultramarines, but I had a free trial membership on Audible. I figured, what the hell. Yeah, very excited to get hands on the actual models for the Nuka World wave. Done some testing of the rules with, you know, some Raider proxies, that sort of thing. But I haven't been able to find the models at my local shops, and and Modifius's shipping to Canada is just insane. But luckily, we were able to pull some strings to solve that, which is nice. Which is great, because that'll mean more and new Fallout stuff for the channel, which I'm hoping to do is painting up on some of these live streams as well as some Call to Arms stuff, because it's been impossible to get any Call to Arms, friggin' anything up here. At least consistently, like with new releases. I can find all kinds of Wave 1 stuff in bargain bin, you know, basements. I don't need any more Draugr. We're good. We're good on that. Can claim a victory. Yes, no one can say otherwise. Definitely not all the people watching right now. I see your angle there, Kraspu. There you go. Be the intermediary. Want to be my my mini middleman. It's dangerous. It's like a street dealer, but dealing minis. First one's free. Yeah, there's a couple really great hobby shops. I mean, biggest in the country really is a 45-minute, not even subway ride away, but yeah, it's still tough. They used to be really great at stocking Wasteland Warfare stuff, but since even during pandemic when Modifius was having a lot of sort of their supply line issues, they were still able to get a pretty consistent stock. But I think I was one of the only ones buying it up, unfortunately, so it is what it is. But their stock's been a little all over the place lately. The manager has like shifted his like gaze into becoming like an arcade spot, which is cool. Got like all kinds of cool arcade games. But like, hey man, I need a new set of Warhammer Terminators. You got any? Nope. Okay. Got pinball though. Well, that's great. But that's just me griping. I'm hoping that well, I'm definitely going to order in from them some faction stuff, but I'm hoping that they tend to go really hard when a new game comes out. So I'm hoping that's the case, because it would be nice to see some good stock of it when it finally does come, which I remember hearing somewhere once upon a time February, I think. Maybe that's just in my head. Maybe I've just said that to myself so many times I want it to be true. But they've said first quarter by end, so that could fit. I'm pretty hopeful that it's going to be a good time. Speaking of good time, man, these feathers are coming together nicely. I was not necessarily looking forward to this stage, but surprisingly chill. I'll probably have to do another coat here and there once it's all dry off camera, but also maybe not. It's hard to tell. We'll have to see once we get it dry in the daylight. Well, not the daylight, but the post in the middle of it light. Hey, that's a good deal, Kraspu. I can handle that. Okay, well then, that went surprisingly fast. Well, I guess not. We've been painting the same thing for 40 minutes, but it feels like it's gone fast. Now, this part under here is definitely, Swan, but I don't really want to paint the whole thing white. I kind of like that shadow underneath there, so I'm just going to really glaze some of this down. I just add some dots and strokes. to kind of pull some definition into it a little bit without giving the illusion that there's some color there, without drawing your eye too far away from it, from the actual interesting bits of the model. Yeah, it kind of looks like crap, but the wash will take care of that. These smaller ones, yeah, I'm going to use a smaller brush for this actually. The finer detail brush for these little tiny guys. Ooh. Okay, yeah, now we're getting a little dicey. It's like, oh yeah, here we go. Doesn't help that I've been a little extra shaky lately. The last like 2-3 weeks, found that just got a little bit of the shake there, which comes and goes. But we're doing okay. Well, these were really sort of the most tricksy ones of all. Not even that bad. Props to the sculpting team. Oh, classic bump. You can tell, you always know when it's past the 45-minute mark when I'm like, ugh. Yeah, between like this, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a tremor, but just like an annoying shake that I can't shake over the last couple of weeks. And then sciatica, I spent not a whole lot of time for painting, unfortunately, which is too bad because I got stuff to do, man. Got a bunch of terrain to build for this MCP battle report, which shout out to Devin Shipwreck for sending us some goodies, which we'll show off in said battle report when the time is right. Terrain to build, oh gosh. Well, there's going to be a bunch of Fallout minis to paint. A battle report to reshoot. No shortage of, stuff. But all that stuff requires sitting in this chair, which I already do for 8 to 9 hours a day. White collar problems. There we go. Would you look at that? How much different does this dude look now, hey? Pretty wild. Well, I guess we actually have to paint the Swan itself. It's got a little head popping out there. Hello, matey. Well, I guess maybe we should do this tire first. Because it's going to have to be black, right? And probably we'll end up having to touch up one of these one way or another anyway. So what's the difference? Let's do the tire. What to do? Do we go contrast, perhaps? Black Legion? That could be cool. Or just black. Super black. It's right on the tin. You know what? Let's try the Black Legion. I can't remember why I bought this. For what project, but I think Chaplain maybe? For my 40k army? I can't recall. But I've used it once and I think I liked it. Let's find out. Actually been a hot minute here. Oh yeah, it is black. Super black. Oh yeah. That's a good tire black. Yep. Let's do it. Oh, come on. Not super worried if I get some of this on the ropes either, because we're going to have to paint all of that over as well. Kind of neat how it just kind of worked out that way, that you know, using acrylic paints for the skin, and then we use almost exclusively contrast paints for a lot of the details, minus these feathers. I mean, I guess it's been a mix, but interesting how that worked out. It was not exactly planned, but it is kind of give a different sort of look to the two sort of facets of the model, which I don't mind. A little bit on the rope there, but that's okay. Oh, now this is going to be interesting, where the black meets white. Oh, this brush is a little big for what you're doing, Ryan, but no, we're good. Oh, dang. That covers well for a contrast paint. It is there. It is black. Yeah. It's an awkward spot to get at and also have it on camera. Come on. Oh, you can see that. There's the shake. I have to do like 6 points of contact on this model. It's getting really annoying. Well, how do you do? This brush is way too big for what I'm doing, but it's working. She just got this brush the other day as a quick, oh yeah, she got a new brush while picking up some paints at the hobby store. And I absolutely love it. It's nothing fancy. Steyr, I think. But for a larger brush, it comes to a really nice point. So I can do dumb shit like this, like painting really small details with this larger bristled brush. Contrast paint's helping too. I do usually, I mean, I guess they kind of say, right? They, whoever they are. Who are they? Use as big a brush as you can get away with type thing. But, I don't know if that's a hard and fast rule. Which brings us right back full circle to our talk about mandatory rules. Must-takes. Are there really must-takes? Well, hot damn. Gel-based paint. Look at you go. It's not bad. I have to go in with some acrylics and bring some zest to it. Some grays. That sort of thing. But let's get the Swan face, I think. Let's get some color on him. That'll be a nice probably way to end it too, because we're starting to kick in here. But yeah, let's get the face, the beak, all that fun stuff. Because it's a cute swan. We've been working towards this. We're about 10 hours into this thing now. This is what we've been waiting for. The swan itself. Heath, how you doing, Heath? Good to see you. Ryan Gale as well. So, when did you walk in here? Cat spotted. Correct. Well, where's she gone? I don't know. I never know. Good to see you, Ryan. Thank you for tuning in to our today, obviously, but to the Halloween special. It's great to have you in there. Helped save Grant's bacon with knowledge of armored vehicles. Heath, how's Raj doing? Yes, absolutely. You spelled it correctly, and thank you for asking. Yes, for those of you just tuning in, I should say, Raj is okay. I always like to start off by saying that. He's all right, but he is in the hospital. He has had to undergo surgery for something called diverticulitis, which just, boom, came up and jumped up and bit him. On Sunday night, or Monday night. So he's been in the hospital since Monday night, Tuesday morning. He had surgery. He's in recovery now. And he's got the wife and the kid and the moms and pops and everyone around him, so he's doing good there. So all is well. It's a good thing they caught it when they did, I guess. Had he waited much longer, it could have been worse. So, friendly reminder, too, get yourself checked out if you think something's up. But thank you for asking, Heath. All that to say, there won't be a full Fistful of Neutrons episode this Sunday because Raj is going to very, very likely be in hospital till probably sometime next week. But we will be doing something. We're not sure what. We might take another swing into the Actum Cthulhu universe. We might, maybe we'll do a little D&D one shot. We're kind of moving. We're kind of moving around. We're figuring out what's going to be happening. So we'll do something on Sunday. It might not be a full role play show. It might be, maybe we'll do, I don't know, something a little outside the box. Maybe, I don't know. But we're gonna do something because our stream schedule has been all over the place the last couple months, mostly due to medical issues. Turns out, in your mid-30s to early 40s, you just start falling apart. And that's happened to all four of us in the last, 2 months. Something. Medical, quote-unquote, emergency. So, there you go. But we're going to have a stream on Sunday, hell or high water. It just won't be a full show or a prime universe timeline show. But we're going to do something. More Actung, perhaps Ryan Gale. In fact, we're seeing doing a 2-player thing might be tough. So we've got another buddy who's the four of us in the show. Do a D&D, party offline as well with another buddy of ours, Justin's from university. So he might step in. We're not sure. We're figuring out some stuff. More on that to come, because it would be a shame to do more Actung Cthulhu without Rohan Singh, because goddamn, if that's not just the best character. Raj did a really good job with that. I mean, it's quite interesting that in the Actung Cthulhu sort of, mythos, haha, see what I did there? In the lore, there is an NPC who's a British Indian Army soldier whose last name is Singh. I mean, that part's not uncommon, as most Sikh men have the name Singh. But it was just so funny when a year ago when we talked about bringing the game to the channel, Raj was like, yo, I want to be a British Indian Army soldier named like Captain Singh. And I was like, well, boy, howdy, do I have a treat for you. It couldn't have worked out any better. So we just yeeted that character out of the official canon in our universe, and now it's Rush. So, thinking of some ideas. It'll probably be either Act on Cthulhu, or something D&D. We'll see. Just because one, D&D is easy. We all know it. So the rules recap would be pretty easy for a player's perspective. Or Act on Cthulhu, because same thing, and it's fresh because we just did it and it's kind of exciting. So taking those characters out for a walk could be fun again. Oh. So more to come. Stay tuned on the Discord. We'll keep you posted on that. But yes, thank you for asking, Heath. He's doing okay. Well, that's a Swan. Stop looking at me, Swan. I'm gonna let that dry for just a minute, and on the beak, got this. Oh, I guess I didn't say what I used for that orange, did I? I love this orange, Mars Orange by Scale Color, Scale 75. I need to get more of these paints because they're really good. This orange, I absolutely love it. Mixes well, has a nice sort of ochre to it. But use that as a base there, and then I've got this fucking Games Workshop names. Yandin yellow. I don't know. It's orange. It's a contrast orange on the yellow side. I think that'll give a little bit of pop. Surprise all of us and do a Yahtzee session. There you go. Now we're talking. Fuck it. We'll just play cribbage. Man, what could be more boring? Go on YouTube and watch. I guess people watch poker. That's a thing that's on TV, I guess. So what do I know? Yeah, Yahtzee. There you go. Yeah, and what universe is that yellow? Okay, I guess it's pretty yellow, but just kind of left a little black near the edge there of where the bill meets the face. The Swans, they kind of have that, right? They've got like a black muzzle. I don't know. I do not know my bird anatomy. Sorry. We're just going to give that illusion of whatever it is that Swans have there. But we are in great looking shape. That went surprisingly easier than I thought. We're basically down now to ropes, skulls, which we're going to whiz bang through those. I got a plan. Ropes, skulls, and base. That's nuts. I think we knock this guy out next session. I think we do. Some cleanup, some bits here and there. A little chip there, It looks like we'll be varnishing him once he's done. But yeah, we are like in the back there. There you go, Heath. Yeah, see you were picking up my vibe there. The black band at the point where the bill meets the head. The thing. Yeah, we know our birds. Bird law. Got it. On lock. Super fun. Ropes, skulls, cleanup, and the base. We are living large, gang. And then, I think we're going to have to open up a poll on what we attack next. I'm obviously getting ahead of myself, but I'm just really excited to get Swan to this stage, let alone nearing completion. This thing's been staring at me right here on my desk since putting it together, basically. Long time coming. Super stoked on that. And then like I said, we'll do some washing, and he'll be good to go. But that's gonna do it for the eve here, folks. I've about hit my cap. Where even are we? 6 o'clock on the dot. Look at that. hitting that 1 hour. It's super strange. It's about as much as I can do at a time. I was painting up these Tau on the weekend and would like sit for an hour, have to like go walk for an hour, sit for an hour, walk for an hour. Good physical exercise, but not in the way that I need. Anyway, I will stop complaining as an old man now and let y'all get back to your evenings as I will do the same. Excited for next week when we're going to, like I say, put this thing done and dusted, I think. If not next week, definitely the week after. So that'll be good. But stay tuned again for more info on what we're going to be doing on Sunday. Because like I said, we're going to do something. I'm just not entirely sure what it is yet, but we'll have an update probably by Friday on the Discord and on Instagram. So check out the links down below if you're not already part of that. But I think everybody's hanging out here today is already hooked into the hard line, so we should be all good there. But yeah, it's gonna be fun regardless of what we do. It might end up being more of just kind of like a chill hang. We've done kind of like the Q&A sessions before, but I think we're going to have a full-on show. So stay tuned. Gang, thank you all for hanging out once again. Mads Destruction, Zach Posey, Heath, Corbin, Bear. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got Sam Sandell. The gang's all here. Ryan Gale, Chip Parker. I'm missing more. Crasboo. Holy smokes. I Score P. If I missed you. Johnny Grogan was here. Johnny Grogan was here the whole time. Johnny, you got to speak up, man. I didn't even know you were there. I missed you. My bad. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been fantastic. We'll see you all on Sunday. Like I said, stay tuned. We'll have some info. And then if not, we'll see you on Wednesday after that to put this bad boy in the ground. So, all that to say, we will see y'all on Sunday. Bye-bye.